If you're not using video games as a memory tool, you're missing out because video games can be a powerful memory tool. So right here, I don't know what this game is, but it looks like you might be able to walk around looking at these pictures. And so you're able to get locations from video games, right? But also, with all the different weird characters, storylines, action, whatever it may be in these different video games, you could get a lot of references for imagination, right? You're like, wait, I want something more dynamic. Oh yeah, that one video game had all these explosions or had this detail to the different buildings, whatever it may be. So you could take what video games give you and try to apply it when you're actually creating your images and stories. And so it might seem, that's a lot of work or something, but if you're already playing video games, you already have this information in your head. Now you just have to reflect on it and actually apply it. Some of my best memory palaces are from video games. I think the first deck I broke under a minute 30 was from Mass Effect. And so, people say, oh, video games are not good to use for memory palaces, or, don't really help you when learning. It's true when you just play it just for playing it. But if you're trying to use video games for memory techniques and you're actively aware of that, then they're extremely useful. Now, of course, everyone has their own preference. So some video games, or maybe video games in general, aren't that appealing. You find it really, really hard to use the memory palace or use what the video games are giving you, like the story or imagination in the video games themselves, and trying to use it for yourself. You can't find that really works. Then sadly, video games might not be for you. But I do recommend trying it. At least try to create a memory palace out of a video game. Now, ideally, you want the video game to be three-dimensional, so you can see the different aspects of whatever you're memorizing. But you could do a 2D palace, which I made a video explaining it. For me, it doesn't work because I like the three-dimensional stuff. But something like Borderlands, it's a great game, but you have the first-person view, and you can see all these different buildings around you. And this game is just crazy in itself, but you can get all these different elements that you can add to your own stuff, to your own memory techniques. So I really recommend trying out video games and just seeing how they can help you make your imagery better when it comes to memory techniques and even creating palaces. Because believe me, if you're trying to learn a lot of information and you want to use the memory palace method, you have to have stockpiles of palaces. Now eventually you kind of run out of physical palaces, right? Unless you keep exploring and traveling, and so you keep building them up. But for a lot of us, you kind of have your common places you go to, and once you have those as palaces, you're kind of running out of physical ones. And so games are fantastic because they're big worlds, many locations within them, and then you can just go to a new game and have a brand new world to create palaces from. And you're doing that all from sitting down in your living room or at your computer. And so I really recommend at least trying out video games for memory or for benefits when it comes to using memory techniques. Now, memory palaces are going to be the easiest. Finding the different elements from a video game, like, whoa, I really like this action, or I like, this detail to how they create the story, whatever it may be, that takes a little bit more kind of breaking down, so that might be a little bit harder. But if you're up for the challenge, go for it. But at least try creating a brand new memory palace from a video game and see how it works. So I love video games. They're really fun and cool, but yes, if you're just playing video games all the time, it's kind of a waste of time. But I find it's really cool when I can combine video games with memory techniques. Creating memory palaces, getting different elements for my own stories and stuff. When they come together, boom, it's really cool because like when I'm playing, I'm like, whoa, I never noticed like the detail in this game, or like how crazy this element is. I'm like, maybe I'm going to try that next time I memorize something. So yeah, so I just wanted to point that out if you're not aware on how useful video games could be when it comes to memory techniques. So hopefully you enjoy this video, and I'll see you next time.